welcome back. So, I appreciate you coming back. This week you get to see a little snippet of me doing some bandsaw blades. You get to go out and take a ride in the woods and show you some of our hardwoods and some of the upcoming projects I have. And then we do a little bit of morning chores, and we prepare for the big snowstorm that was just a little snowstorm, but it was still cold and windy here. and then Kerri will make a lemon loaf for you, which is really good. Gotta keep slapping my hands on that one. And then at the end we go to check to see if we have any sap, and that's what I'm out here doing this morning. And we actually have sap, but it's all frozen solid, so we'll have to wait a little bit. So, all right, thanks for coming along. See you in a second. Ruger's come in to hang with me, huh? He's been sleeping out in the sun, but he's gonna get on his carpet and his blankie that's just disgusting and chill out. Yeah, there you go, bud. Good boy. All right. 2, 1, done. Oh my. Oh, so glad. Whew. I have cold, and knees are stiff. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm glad that's done. I have a blade over there that's just junk. They're not made to cut your log stops in half. So that one there is junk. It's rounded off completely. Oh my God, I gotta get up. This is, I think it's my 5th blade. Takes me about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes per blade, so. Oh my God, it sucks getting old. Hey everyone. Well, it's the next day here. So, it's not morning. It's about lunchtime, and so I don't know. I haven't been sleeping real well. It's one of those things where, you know, if I was a young guy, I could just charge on in the mornings. But man, when you don't sleep a couple nights in a row, you know, 58 years old, it takes a toll on you. So what I thought I'd do is gonna go around and check some maple buckets today, and give you a little walk around of some of our woods, and then I'm gonna show you the next big project really that's coming up. So anyways, I'm up here by the sawmill. I had to bring some chains up, and this is the next behemoth to mill. I don't have my tape measure with me, but that's a big boy. Another big pin oak. You can see the growth rings. I mean, some of them are 1/4 inch. So this tree is probably close to 100 years old. But one of the things, I don't know if you guys, can you guys see? I don't know what is going on down there. Turkeys they're all strutting around. Going crazy. But yeah, let's pan back out. This is what's left of my log pile. I got these. There's a couple maples right there, and a walnut piece with it's like a crotch I'm gonna saw up and put on Marketplace. But this is all I got left for saw logs. So I'm jealous, Jerry. Jealous, I tell you. Alright, so over here, I just want to do a quick show here. My uncle had a knee replaced. He tells me he can weld this thing back, that part, back onto this part. I hope he can. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, so right here, future plans before January of next year, if we're all still here and they don't blow us all up, is right in this spot. It's not a lot of trees to remove. My skid steer can get rid of that guy. Hate to get rid of this dude, but probably going to get rid of this little sugar maple, all these little trees. And then I have a few over here, and I can see this guy like right about, I don't know. Anyways, there's a hole in that one, so that dude's coming down. And then right behind it, there's an oak tree that died last year. Just dropped its leaves and died. I don't know if it got oak wilt or what, but that's got to come down. So if I take this tree down and a couple of those elms right there, I can bring that tree right this way, not hurt anything. But right in this spot, which has an amazing view, is where I'm going to put my sugar shack. So I don't know how big it's going to be. Probably something like, I don't know, 10 by 15, or I don't know yet. But right in this area, it's not terribly hilly, but I really like this spot. And if I ever get to the point where I can use lines for my maples, it's all my maple trees are that way. So it's all uphill from here. So I could technically do a gravity flow bulk line system to right here. So that's project for end of the year, but that means overtime on the milling. But so what we're going to do now, we're going to get in the side by side, the 1100, and we're going to go up and check the maple buckets at the top of the property, and then we'll go from there. So I'll take you for a ride. Then I'm going to show you two different areas of woods and what we're going to do with them. This is actually one of my best producing trees. Now, the bucket on the left will produce more than on the right, because the bucket on the right is the tap on the back side, which is on the north side of the tree. So the south side tree always produces more sap, and the south side tree doesn't have hardly anything in it. This is like a colder section of my property. You know, we've got sun kind of comes up out in here, so there's just not a whole lot going on here. But let me just take a walk down here. We got some kind of, I'd say that's a fox. Yeah, fox. If you know what that is, think you know what it is, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's a fox. Alright, let's check one of these guys. Yeah. This tree here has been really producing well for me. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing, honey. Alright, well, there's no sense in me walking down doing any of those. We're not going to get any sap for days. So it's noon. We're supposed to have snow by 3. And you can see it's pretty blue sky up there. Snow by 3, rain by 5, and rain all night. And the other thing is, for the next, well, this storm's supposed to last clean through Saturday. We're not supposed to have like 50-mile-an-hour winds, and so according, if you watch The Log Father, I like that channel. He's up in Nova Scotia. He made a point a couple videos ago that when the wind blows, the sap doesn't flow. So I didn't know that. So the wind's blowing and it's kind of been windy, so maybe that's why I don't have any sap. All right, let's head up the hill. We're gonna give this a shot. I don't know, I can do it when it's dry out. Let's see if we can make it up here and see if the old Kubota will go. Alright. Oh, look at the lambs here. Alright, Jerry, this shot's for you. This is this is one of my last highest fields. And you can see that's steep. Like I mow this going up and down. I do not go out across on a tractor. They make your butt pucker. Believe it or not, my grandfather grew wheat in this field. So, but check that out. That's the view. I actually want to build a cabin. So this is an old abandoned pipeline I'm parked on. It's I think supposedly it has fiber optics run through it now. But I'd like to just build right off of the edge of this and then have a cabin sitting right there. So that way is Cambria County, and that ridge line out in there, that's Bedford County. So, and then if you out there far enough, that's Huntington County. So see 4 if you count the one I'm standing in, Blair County. So yeah, it's a pretty amazing spot. But all right, where we're headed is down in those woods down there. I want to show you something that we learned from raising pigs, and then what we're going to do on the next project. All right, I'll show you how steep it is going down over here. Hopefully it's not too sketchy in the snow. So I actually ended up to the right here still too. So anyways, let's head down over the hill. Got her in low gear. really awesome about this is this Kubota. I'm in low gear. I'm coming down this thing and I'm not having to use the brakes. These things are amazing. Totally amazing. And there goes my camera here, right on the floor. So, can you guys, let me see here. All right, so we used to raise in this field. We had this field fenced off. And then we had clean up to our property line, which is about, from here, close to 100 yards. Kind of, my property line kind of comes down and goes out. So, here is what I learned raising pigs that nobody ever told me. Guess what pigs like? See that cherry tree? They love cherry bark. They will bark all the trees. So you can see, like right there's one with the blue line on it. That's a nice looking cherry tree, but they barked it and look, it's dying. It's dead at the top. So my plan in here, there's another one right there. My plan is to basically come in here and knock out a lot of trees. A lot of trees that they have damaged. Any tree that they've barked, I'm going to remove. It's either going to be a saw log or it's going to be firewood. And the other thing that they eat, not only is cherry, is maple trees. I don't have any real close, so I'm not going to walk up there, but they like maple trees also. And then the plan here is to knock out a lot of these trees, especially all the damaged ones. And I'm going to leave, like, we have some nice oak trees and some nice maple that they didn't wipe out. And I want to turn this into what's called a silvopasture, where the undergrowth will come up. I can put my goats in here and they can nibble on all the undergrowth. So that's the plan for this year, is to start cutting trees out of here. It's going to be one of those deals where I have to work on it, you know. Every couple days, just come up here and knock a couple trees down, pull them out, and go do something else, because I'm only one guy. So, all right. So now I'm going to take you down to the next project, which is that patch of woods right there. All right, so we're in that patch of woods right now. So if you can see the hay rake, it's parked right there. So that's where the road that I just came down. I was just standing right up there on the top side of the field. So this is a section of woods here, and then kind of just, you know, the house is there, driveway goes down, it kind of gets real small down there. And then I have very, very steep bank right there. But yeah, that's, anyways. And then I end up over the hill there a little bit, not very far. So this part of the woods right here. So we're gonna go, yeah, speak. I'll just walk out through there. So from here to the field, which, I don't know, depending on where you're at here, 60 yards, I don't know, something like that. And then, so it's going to go from the road to right there where that cherry tree is with the blue line. And it's going to just cut straight up. So it's kind of small in here and it's much larger down there. So this section of woods, let me turn you around here. So this section of woods is going to be turned into a pig pasture paddock. Pig paddock? Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, pig paddock. So past couple years, we just been getting feeders from friends of ours. They raise mangalistas, and we've been just buying 2, raising up, and but in our thought process, anyways, and what, you know, as you can, the writing on the wall says the food's going to become much harder to get in the very near future. So that's one of the reasons why we raise all of the goats, the meat goats. We have the dairy goats, which we should be starting to milk here as soon as the babies are kind of maybe another 2-3 weeks. I'm hoping to be milking. Anyways, getting off track here, but anyways, so we're getting feeder pigs this year. We're getting our breeding pair. We're thinking about getting 2 females and a male, a boar, and then we're also getting 2 to butcher at the end of the year. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to fence this off. And I'm not using, I do have some fencing up there, which I probably will use, like say between the board and everything when we need to separate them. But for the most part, we're just going to run electric. I mean, when I showed you that last area, we did that whole area in electric. There was no fencing other than just 2 wires. And the only time you have problems of pigs getting out is the babies, and they can shoot under. So, that was an adventure. we chased them. They were clean up and the neighbors going in that section of woods one day, and oh my, trying to herd pigs ain't fun. But anyways, so this is going to be a pig paddock, or 2 at least. And so my next big project here is everything that's got a blue mark on it is getting cut. Number one, I want some sunlight in here, but I still want shade. And the other thing is, all these cherry trees, I'm either going to have to fence every one of them off, or I'm just going to cut them, which I'm going to cut them because if you see the blue marks, especially the lighter blue marks, that was done by a forester. Like this guy right in front of me here, that's me, because that tree is junk. It's never good. You know, one thing I did learn from the forester is, you know, trees like that, they don't have good genetics, so you don't really want them seeding. Same with this dude here. He's all curvy. He's never going to straighten out. He's never going to be good lumber. Never nothing. So a lot of the cherries are coming out of here, and then some of the maples. And then the maples that I leave, I'm going to have to fence around them to keep them away from them. I don't want them to kill them. So that's my plan. So there's a bunch of trees in here to cut. A bunch. And that's, this morning I sat around and did a cut sheet for my pig huts. So if you've seen that build I did earlier in the year, or last year, about for the pigs, I'm building 3 of those. So my next step here is to get the skid steer out, and I'm going to make right where that snag is, I'm going to make a spot in there to put firewood poles, and then kind of like straight over, there's a little road that goes down through there. Right over that road is where I'm going to stack all my saw logs. I don't want to have to be hauling them up to the mill. That's just a waste of time until I get all this out of here. So that's what's going on. That's my next big project, is going to be logging all this out, clearing this out. Smaller trees, I'm just going to come in here that I don't want to keep and push them over with the skid steer, peel them out and get rid of them. So, all right, well, I'm going to probably end today's video just because it's getting long in the tooth. It's kind of a, you know, what's coming up video. We got this storm coming in, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing the next couple days. Probably some kind of inside work with 50-mile-an-hour winds, other than trying to keep the animals fed. So, all right, we'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks for watching so far. All right, so today is Friday. Yeah, Friday. So last night we had started out like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, started raining or snowing, and then it would change to rain, then it would change to snow, then it would pour, then it would just pummel us with snow, and it just kept doing that. Then we got some sleet, and then we got these, like, I don't know what they're called, like snow pellets, ice pellets, I don't know. Anyways, and then the wind came, and it's cleared all the clouds out, but we had gusts up to 50 miles an hour last night. And if you've seen my previous video, you know, I set my sugar shack up. It's just a temporary tent. I was really worried about that, and it survived. Thank goodness. I have 600 pounds of 12-inch solids on there with a strap over it, and it worked. So thank goodness. That was my biggest worry, was that thing getting ripped to shreds. So, but it didn't happen, so we're good. All right, let's get going here. We got things to do. Hey, you got a big set of lungs. Oh. Hey, Betty White. Don't be a dummy, dummy. some man perfume there. Take that, Greta. I gotta get this down the hill onto the front porch, and unfortunately I don't have an implement to put on this for the winter, and so this is right at my it's heavy for this tractor, so we're gonna back down the hill. Look at this. Early spring, they say. Ugh. Well, I'd say, by looking at that, at least 4 inches. Yeah, it's really nice out this morning. Yeah, good 4 or 5 inches. Well, I'm gonna get some breakfast. Drink a nice hot cup of tea. And I'll have to get out here and plow the driveway, and I don't know if we're gonna get more or not, but good morning. Still February. Shouldn't be surprised. Those 60-degree days really kind of ruined us. Good morning, goats. I know. It's not so nice out here, is it? Oh. Hi, Lucky. Oh, it's nasty, huh? Yay. More snow. Yeah. Uh-huh. Let's go out here and get the Kubota warmed up. Get plowing. Ay, ay, ay. Neutral. Preheat was down to like 19 last night. What the heck's going on? There she goes. Nice, the sun's got all this melted off. That's sweet. Well, the road is plowed as good as it's gonna get. Holy smokes! Snowing. Ruger, what are you doing out, bud? Whew. It is nasty right now. Kerri's up there trying to feed the goats get into their hut. They're mauling her. Holy smokes. Birds are staying in today. Probably not going to be making any solar. Yeah. Yeah, it's... Hey, bud. Is it snowing? Is it snowing? Huh? You're all wet. Yeah, you're all wet. Don't be nosing me. Did she do the rabbits yet? Must have already done the rabbits. Yeah, they look full. Okay. Well, another day on the farm. Yeah, I know you want petted, but you're all snow covered. Another day on the farm. Gotta get out here and do it, no matter what. No matter how you feel. At least it isn't sub-zero. It's in the 20s, but it isn't that cold. It's just kind of miserable right now. We get these. Now you can see the sun's coming back out now. So the squall's passing. This is crazy. That's how, you see all those accidents on Interstate 80. Snow squalls like this. So, alright, well, I'm going to move on to the next one. Not sure what's going on today. Not a whole lot. Not outside anyways.
Alright, today I am making lemon loaves. I am quadrupling the recipe so I can throw some in the freezer. So in my mixing bowl, I have sugar, butter, eggs. I'm going to cream this together, and then I'm going to add some milk. Let's get this going. Gonna add some milk there, and I have the zest of 4 lemons because each loaf takes an entire lemon. And then I have flour, baking powder and salt. And I will the recipe in the description for you. So my mixer will be loud. I'm just gonna get this creamed and I'll be right back. All right, so I have the lemon rind mixed in with my flour, and I'm just going to dump that all into the mixer, like so. I'm going to turn it on slow, but I don't want the flour to go everywhere. Just let this gently mix in. And I'm going to turn my oven on to 350 and get that preheated. Okay, and I'm going to turn this up one. Don't want to overbeat this, so I'll probably stop this right here and take my mixer, my whip off, and hand mix with a spatula. So I'll bring you back. All right, I took my mixing whip off, and the batter is pretty thick, so I'm going to use my spatula to get off most of this because I can see a lot of rind stuck in with this batter, and I definitely want this, lemony. I love lemon stuff. Love it, love it, love it. And this recipe was shared to me by a very, very special lady in my life, and you know who you are if you're watching. All right, so that looks about good. Good enough for me. All right, so I'm just gonna give this a quick mix with my spatula to incorporate what I just took off of the whip, and scrape down the sides and get that mixed in. Oh, this is a lovely batter. Let's see. Very lemony. Lovely. All right, well, I'm going to get this into my 4 loaf pans, and don't mind the mess back here. No, that was there before I started, so my mixer doesn't sit. It gets used and loved. So, all right, let me get this put into my loaf pans, and I'll meet you back here in a sec. Okay, I have everything all mixed up. I have my 4 loaf pans here. I am going to grease these with lard that I have rendered down, and then I'm going to spoon the batter evenly into the 4 loaf pans, and I will bring you back and show you what that looks like. Okay, there I have all 4 loaves into my loaf pans, and they're going to go into a 350-degree oven for 50 to 55 minutes. And then I still have a few more things. There is a lemon glaze, so I'm going to make that while I'm waiting for these to bake, so I can pour it over the loaf individually while it's still warm. So I'll see you back here in about 55 minutes. You won't even know I'm gone. All right, well, 3 are done. The other one needs a couple more minutes. My cake tester didn't come out clean. So what you do when they come out of the oven, you let them rest for 10 minutes, and then you take them out of the loaf pans, and I'm going to get a cooling rack and put some parchment paper underneath, and then I'm going to make the glaze, which is the juice of a lemon and a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, but I quadrupled my recipe. So I have 4 juiced lemons and a cup of powdered sugar. So I'm gonna let this one finish in the oven, and then I will come back once I've got these out onto the cooling racks. Okay, it's been 10 minutes now. I took them out of the pan. So what you want to do is poke holes all over the top of each loaf. No rhyme or reason, just start poking. Whoops. And you do every single one like this. All right, I'm gonna finish these up. I got my powdered sugar and lemon juice dissolving. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. It's all sitting on the bottom. It's very lemony. So I'm gonna finish poking these, and then I will put this glaze over top in a minute. All right, all the holes are poked. Here's the glaze. I don't know how thick the glaze is supposed to be, but this is like a syrup, and it's quite tart, but the cake loaf is fairly sweet, so hopefully it balances it out. So each loaf is still pretty warm. I gave it 10 minutes and took them out of the pans. So let's put this down over. I'll try to keep it on the loaf and not on parchment. Of course, it doesn't seem to be as easy Maybe I'll slowly go. And on to the next. Well, there's 2 down. I'm going to do the other 2 and then I will split the remaining syrup. Be back in a sec. All right, they're all glazed. I am cutting into a piece just to see how delicious it is. And they're still fairly warm. Okay, let's see. Very good. I like the sticky, crispy edges. It's nice and moist, but I'm gonna let it cool off. I'll take the hubby in a piece. But there you have it. Lemon loaf. I will post the recipe in the description. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.
All right. So the wind's starting to die down a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. So my plan's to take the 900 and go collect sap. So we're gonna collect sap, and then we're gonna run up and grab sap, and we're just gonna collect until we got 35 gallons. And once we got 35 gallons, I'm gonna come back here, park it, and it's going to sit here till morning, and then first thing in the morning I will be boiling. And then once that's done, fire this thing up, go get hay, feed the goats. So, all right, let's get rolling. Get the old cold start, neutral. So it was about 15 degrees last night, so we're definitely going to need to preheat. See if she goes. Oh, I didn't pull the magic cord. She'll go now. My mistake. That's the fuel shut-off. So when you turn the key off, it shuts the fuel off, kills the motor. It's supposed to automatically reset, but it doesn't. So it's like $200 for that thing. So I just put a cable on it and just give it a pull, and it works. So that's worth me saving $200 just to have that, pull that cord. But I always call it my anti-theft device, but nobody's going to steal anything up here without getting bit or shot. So, all right, let's get this thing rolling. Oh, all right. Well, I just checked these 2 buckets, and I walked down there and I checked those 2 buckets, and that tree and this tree up here are probably my #1 producers. So I don't know if you took any notice in the earlier part of this day's video, but where I'm at on the house, the snow's almost gone. for the most part. We're still like 4 inches up here. So that's how much colder it is on this side of the hill right here. So these trees aren't producing at all. So I'm gonna run down. We're gonna go down back closer to the house, see what's down there. I do know there's some right around the goat's pens that are full. So, but if I don't get anything, I might just let them go for another day. I might let everything go for another day because it's supposed to warm up starting tomorrow. So, well, we'll see. Let's go. All right, let's see. I think this is my fullest bucket right here, and it's froze solid. So, yeah. No sap collection today. I see those two over there. They're about maybe half full, if not less. So these couple trees right in this area. All right, well, that kind of nixes those plans, which is fine with me. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow. Wind's supposed to die down. It's supposed to be a little warmer. Yeah, we'll get something else done. Maybe either mill that or start knocking some trees down. So probably do some milling tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna go feed. So I think what I'm gonna do is sign off from this. There's no sense in me, I don't know what else I'm gonna get into today. Probably not much. So I appreciate you coming along this week. Stay tuned. I'll put this video out Wednesday. What is today? The 18th. So like 21st. This should be on 21st of February. So yeah. But appreciate you coming along, and we'll see you on the next one.